Pupils, parents and teachers in the Limpopo province are being urged to report book shortages to the nearest basic education office. Now, Section 27 is making that call after reports last year of a lack of textbooks and workbooks at some schools. The department has promised books will be delivered in time for the start of the new school year on Monday. But to give us the latest on book delivery in the Limpopo province particularly, I'm joined by Solanga Milambo, a researcher at Section 27. Mr. Milambo, thank you so much for your time and welcome to the South African Morning. I mean, it seems that every single year in the beginning of a school, term, we have to have this conversation. Textbooks within the Limpopo province not being delivered on time. What's new this year? I mean, have they been delivered? Did the Basic Education Department meet their deadline?
Morning to you and also the viewers of ENCAE. To respond to that question, up to so far, some calls with SGBs around the schools in Limpopo since last week and also including this week. What I've learned and hear from the parents and also from the educators, including the SGBs, some of the schools which placed their order for the textbooks and workbooks last year in 2020, some they did receive their textbooks before 15 January, promised that the deadline will be 15th January. And some, they said they did receive it, but they are not sure whether the books will be enough for the learners. And the reason is because learners have not yet come back to the school. So they will be sure if all learners did receive their textbooks as per subject, starting from next week when they are back at the school. And the reason is because it will take them for almost 2 weeks to verify if indeed all learners did receive their textbooks because of the issue of COVID-19. They will be back to the schools not every day. Some, they will be there a week, and then the other ones, the other group will come the following week. But some, they will be going to the school like 2 days in a week, some 3 days in a week. So it will take the schools to know whether they are having shortages or not after the 2 weeks.
So the issue of textbooks, is it an isolated issue faced by the Limpopo province? Are we seeing this in other provinces as well? Because as mentioned before, it seems every year before kids go back to school, in as much as we understand that there are, concerns and obviously challenges with the pandemic, but it seems it's a norm to constantly have to talk about the textbook and workbook shortages within the province.
No, thanks. I think learning from last year, we learned that even other provinces, they were having a challenges on shortage of textbooks, like Mpumalanga. We did receive some calls from Mpumalanga. So, but our main focus is in Limpopo because of what we learned, which was done by the department in the year 2020. And the reason why we are embarking on urging the learners and parents to report the shortage of textbooks, we learned it last year during COVID-19 because learners were no longer going to the schools on a normal basis after the lockdown has been eased. So that's where you discover that some learners, they were sharing textbooks, and one of the learners is staying in another village and the other one in another village. So it was difficult for them to share the textbooks. And it was worse when you found that they've been divided. They are no longer going to the school on the same day. So at least if they were going to the school on the same day, they were able to share the textbooks while they are at the schools, and where they would be given a lot of homework and assignments, it was difficult for the learners to cope.
All right, we'll leave it there. But thank you so much for talking to us. That was Mr. Solanga Milambo, researcher at Section 27.